What is your most controversial cooking opinion? Crock pot liners feel like you're just asking for cancer. There's no such thing as breakfast food. You can eat a steak in the morning and fry an egg for dinner if you want. It's just food. I'd argue that my controversial opinion is only controversial in Italy, where I come from. I like making chicken with pasta. I make it into a sauce similar to bolognese, but I'll put small chicken bits instead of the mince. My family call me a savage for eating such things together. But my boyfriend suggested me as an idea, and it's now a dish I enjoy. Not all moms or grandmas are amazing cooks. Yes, my mom has some good dishes she makes, but nuking Brussels sprouts in the microwave with orange marmalade is not one of them. Edit. Thanks for the awards, everyone. You can dislike a food simply for its texture. Nothing to do with its taste. I don't mind the taste of baked beans, but I hate how slimy they are, and don't even get me started on when they're cold. Mile-high burgers and hot dogs with so many toppings you can no longer taste the meat are awful and a pain in the ass to eat. I generally eat burgers and hot dogs because I like the flavor of the meat. I realize meat is a questionable term when it comes to hot dogs, and would like to actually taste them. What are some things that all moms say? I'm cold. Go put on a sweater. When you lose something. 1. Have you tried looking for it? 2. Have you looked everywhere? 3. Well, it didn't just get up and walk away. I credit George Carlin for all of these. Jake, Josh, wait, no. You're Sam. Sam, come here. You could have been dead in a ditch. Quote. Usually when you didn't answer a call or show up late without explanation. You know Glynis? She's your aunt's mother-in-law's close friend. Anyway, she died last week. We'll see. You can make 3 things illegal. What would they be? Free trials that automatically charge you once the trial ends. Spam calls. MLMs. They're nothing more than pyramid schemes but legal. Children's beauty pageants. Children's beauty pageants. Children's beauty pageants. This thread is a perfect example of why most people shouldn't have that much power. Using Reddit and not being able to count. Hidden or maliciously structured conditions in contracts and agreements. Gamble game ads. Netflix anime adaptations. I think intentional or negligent harm to an animal should be illegal everywhere. I.e., leaving poison out in their yard. Members of Congress owning stock options in major companies. Very blatant insider trading. I think mutual funds etc. would be okay though. I think it should be illegal for news outlets to post mugshots and stories of people who were arrested of a crime but found innocent. That can destroy someone's reputation. People of Reddit. What weird sympathies do you have towards inanimate objects? Abandoned toys. I guess in general I just feel so bad for any inanimate object that is no longer serving its purpose. If I see a really ugly plush toy at a thrift store, I feel compelled to buy it because I feel like it will just get thrown away. So now I have quite a few ugly plushies. I love them. If I get pissed off at my car and call it a fucking piece of shit, or something similar, I end up apologizing to it. I also try to avoid new car talk while driving my current car. When I was a kid, I spent a whole afternoon feeding pebbles to a small drain outside my house because I thought it was hungry. I got a new cell phone not too long ago, so I transferred everything to my new phone, but I didn't turn off the old phone afterwards. This happened late on a Sunday, and the next morning my old phone still rang to wake me up, and I was somewhat sad that it still thought it was my current phone and that it still had the duty to wake me in the morning. I love weird gifts. And my brother got me just that once when he took a trip to Greece. It's an 8 centimeters tall donkey with 2 little saddle sacks. He has a tiny little bell and orange reins around his head. I named him Arnulf. One day I knocked him and accidentally stood on him, breaking the plastic inside his leg. It was holding on purely by a scrap of felt which was glued. I was mortified. Instantly scoured the house for a means to fix, and when I couldn't find one, went to the nearest store which sold superglue and gave him the immediate surgery he needed. He now proudly sits in front of my work PC monitor. https://imager.com/f7qfu.jpg. To give me good luck when times are dire. God, I love him. What is your opinion on cheating on single-player games? Can be fun if done right. Always have a fresh save to mess around on and a clean one. If it's more fun that way, then go for it. I don't care unless it's a speed run. Victimless crime. If I need to cheat, I will. I came to play, not to break my fingers and scream in frustration. As long as you're having fun and not ruining anyone else's. Why are you on Reddit? Because I am a loser and have nothing better to do with my time off work. I have no life. I like having conversations with people, read interesting comments, or topics. Reddit is the only social media I'm really on. Love getting social with you internet strangers. Because I can actually control what comes up in my feed. I like the anonymity of it all. I barely post on my personal profiles because 1. PPL are judgmental, 2. Colleges and old school friends really don't need to know what's going on in my life, 3. I'm afraid of stalkers, lol. So, it's pretty great here. I can share, comment what I want and no one really knows it's me. What's the biggest scam in America? News as entertainment. Online charlatans that will share their secrets if you buy their course. Whatever MLM scheme my Sil was peddling at Thanksgiving. College textbooks. You need edition 10 for this class. They change one chapter in the book, make it a new edition, overprice it, and fuck the college kids. Always drove me nuts when I was in college. Cable TV, internet monopolies. Those payday loan businesses. It's predatory as shit and it's just legal loan sharking. What is your most morbid question that you've always been afraid to ask? What does decomposing dead body smell like? Edit. I shouldn't have asked this question. I'm getting multiple hourly notifications of people describing the smell, lol. What's it like being 70 plus knowing your best days are long behind you? That you've probably only got another decade or 2 at best. And that everyone you knew, loved from your younger days are going to start rapidly dying sooner. Or already dead? Even if you've lived a good life, that can't be a pleasant experience. I feel like it'd be nostalgia and longing too intense for me to relate to at this point in my life. When people get gravely injured, say, severed in half or their brain is exposed, do they know that they're going to die or is their body just spazzing out? Parents of adult children, do you find your son and or daughter physically ugly? I understand some parents may admit this about their little kids. Or even teenagers because of an ugly phase. But once you hit adulthood, it's no longer a phase. Can you mourn for someone you murdered? How it feels to watch someone die.
Subscribe, my brothers.